Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0705, indicates a specific problem dealing with the transmission range switch on the Honda Fit models from 2015 to 2020. This switch is crucial as it provides information regarding the transmission's shift position. For example, whether it is in park, P, reverse, R, neutral, N, drive, and other modes. The error signifies that there is an issue with the multiple shift position input on this switch. An important note is that this trouble code relates strictly to electrical problems and does not stem from mechanical transmission faults. Therefore, understanding the electrical circuits and connections related to the transmission range switch is paramount for troubleshooting. This DTC can lead to various operational issues if not resolved, as it might affect gear changes and overall vehicle performance. The transmission range switch plays a fundamental role in relaying the position of the gear shift lever to the vehicle's powertrain control module, PCM, situated near the transmission under the vehicle. It has specific terminals for each shift position, such as park, reverse, neutral, drive, sport, and low. These terminals communicate different electrical signals back to the PCM, which interprets them to determine the vehicle's operational state. The PCM is pivotal as it controls various functions of the engine and transmission based on these signals. For instance, if the switch indicates that the vehicle is in park, the PCM ensures that the engine cannot start. Thus, any issues with this switch signal can significantly impact the overall vehicular functionality and safety. Several factors can cause DTC P0705. The most common is an electrical circuit issue, as the diagnostics specifically indicate that no mechanical faults lead to this trouble code. Poor connections in the wiring or loose electrical terminals between the range switch and the PCM can disrupt the signals necessary for proper transmission operation. Additionally, the transmission range switch itself could be faulty, failing to accurately relay the shift lever position to the PCM. It's crucial to investigate these potential causes methodically to ensure that any faults are accurately identified and addressed to restore functionality. Common symptoms associated with DTC P0705 include incorrect transmission shifting behavior. The vehicle may struggle to shift gears, or the gears may not engage at all, leading to erratic driving experiences. Additionally, you can expect the check engine light to illuminate on the dashboard, indicating that there is a malfunction detected by the vehicle's onboard diagnostic system. Any malfunctions with the transmission range switch can affect the vehicle's performance in unpredictable ways. Therefore, keen observation of these symptoms can assist technicians in diagnosing the underlying issues before they escalate. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0705 involves turning the vehicle to the on mode, which activates the vehicle's electrical systems. Utilizing the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, compare the signals from the transmission range switch for each shift lever position: park, reverse, neutral, drive, sport, and low. This comparison is crucial because it enables you to establish if the signals from the switch correspond with the expected values in all specified conditions. Any discrepancies in the signal may indicate potential wiring issues, connection problems, or a malfunctioning switch. If the signals match perfectly, it implies that there may be an intermittent problem, a condition that may complicate the next steps in diagnosis. In the second troubleshooting step, you repeat a more focused examination of the transmission range switch signals, using the HDS to assess them against a predefined table for expected outcomes. This table will serve as a guide to determine if any switch signals appear on inaccurately for the shift lever's various positions. Being thorough in note-taking is essential here. If any signals are consistently on across modes where they should not be, this indicates a significant problem requiring further investigation. Such unusual readings can guide technicians to pinpoint whether it's the wiring or the switch itself that is malfunctioning. As you advance to the third step in troubleshooting, turn off the vehicle and disconnect the transmission range switch's 10P connector. Next, using a jumper wire, connect the terminal that showed incorrect signals in the prior step to body ground. This process helps isolate the problematic signal. Once this is done, turn the vehicle back on and again utilize the HDS to review the signal inputs for the switch. If multiple inputs still indicate on, the transmission range switch may be functioning correctly, suggesting that attention should shift to wiring issues. However, if the expected signals are not achieved, it's definitive that the switch is faulty, requiring replacement. In troubleshooting step 4, reconnect the transmission range switch's 10P connector, ensuring it is securely attached to prevent any further electrical interference. With the vehicle now turned on again, closely monitor the signal inputs via the HDS. The aim is to observe if any signals that should have been off are still showing as on. If they indeed remain on, this supports that the transmission range switch is functioning correctly after further confirmation in step 3. Consequently, you will need to proceed to the next troubleshooting stage to explore possible wiring issues or connectivity problems. The 5th step involves checking for continuity between the identified circuit that indicated on in step 4 and the vehicle's body ground. Disconnect the respective connectors from the PCM, ensuring that you follow proper safety protocols. If this circuit shows continuity to ground, it's indicative of a short in the wiring between the transmission range switch connector and the PCM, necessitating repairs. However, if continuity does not exist, it's possible that the PCM itself may need to be updated with the latest software or even substituted with a known good unit for troubleshooting. This step is critical because it highlights any potential faults in either the wiring to the transmission range switch or within the PCM itself. After completing the necessary repairs, the final verification becomes essential to ensure that everything is functioning properly. Start by clearing the DTC from the vehicle's system to reset the diagnostics monitor. Next, a test drive should be undertaken under various driving conditions to confirm the successful resolution of DTC P0705. Pay attention to whether or not the transmission operates smoothly with no issues shifting into the respective gears. If the check engine light does not illuminate again and the vehicle behaves as expected, the repair is deemed effective. Otherwise, further inspection may still be necessary to identify lingering issues that may not have been addressed. Preventive maintenance is key to ensuring the longevity and reliable operation of the transmission range switch and corresponding systems. Technicians should regularly inspect wiring and connectors, especially those linking the transmission range switch to the PCM. Look for any signs of corrosion, wear, or loose connections, as these can lead to significant failures down the line. Should the transmission range switch or related components exhibit faults, it is essential to replace them promptly to avoid extensive repairs later. Additionally, maintaining the vehicle's overall electrical system can minimize the chances of recurrence of issues like DTC P0705. In conclusion, DTC P0705 reflects a critical electrical problem associated with the transmission range switch of the Honda Fit. Understanding that this error is confined to electrical diagnostics is crucial for effective troubleshooting. Technicians must engage in a methodical approach, confirming signals through the HDS and identifying faults accurately through systematic steps. The importance of preventive maintenance cannot be overstated, as regular checks and prompt replacements can eliminate future complications. By staying vigilant about vehicle signals and ensuring proper connectivity, drivers can effectively mitigate issues regarding transmission operation. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.